So I got a mouthful here. Our next presenter, Chris, is a simulation artist for the Advanced Visualization Lab at the local supercomputing center. His work animating natural phenomena has illustrated the similarities between the galaxy's sense of purpose, whatever the hell that means. So he knows what it means, and that's all that matters. So, ladies and gentlemen, A.J. Christensen.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, and my job animating science for movies is a great way to blow through a textbook in a half hour. At the NCSA, our team analyzes complex scientific data and distills it into concise imagery. Speaking too fast already. The science I see on a daily basis is completely inspiring. In this animation, we're traveling down through a molecular cloud, something like a nebula, searching for planets. Now let's talk about the chances of alien life in terms of planets. In the solar system, we're at a ratio of about 1 to 8 life-bearing planets. In the neighborhood where the Kepler telescope is looking, there are 3 million stars, each of which might support planets. There are 1,000 times more stars in our galaxy than that, and hundreds of billions of galaxies in the universe. We're talking conservatively a number ending with 20 zeros, so lots of planets that might have life. Even in our solar system, Saturn's moon Titan has a cycle of methane very similar to Earth's water cycle. The cold regions have solid methane, the lakes are liquid methane, and the air is thick with methane gas. Its volcanoes spew liquid water, which is comparatively lava hot. It's easy to imagine that methane-based life did, or will exist on Titan. During the space race, the Soviets were the first to reach an extraterrestrial planet, Venus. In 22 years, they released 16 Venera probes. The first one to snap a photo, and only one photo, of the surface was Venera 9, before it was crushed by the surface pressure. Venera 9 was 14 years of work for one photo. But even the smallest breakthroughs give us the insight to extrapolate knowledge, which can be made accessible to humanity at large. Something as far away and inhospitable as the surface of Venus can now be brought to the Krannert Center, where you can analyze it and begin to share it with others. Okay, now here's something cool. I find that nature isn't always all that original. You start to recognize the same patterns in completely different phenomena. For instance, this is a picture of a neural network of cells in a mouse brain. This fairly distinct pattern is about 1/10 of a millimeter across. Now compare that to this simulation of the formation of the early universe. What we're seeing is the gravitational pull of dark matter, with dense spots in the universe becoming denser and empty spots getting emptier, until they form this cosmic web of galaxies. It forms the same pattern as the mouse brain, and you can imagine similar physical forces creating that. But patterns don't only match in abstract science topics. By being analytical of social situations, you can easily find patterns. For instance, I often observe a phenomenon I like to call social chameleonism, where someone's personality gets pulled toward the prevailing personality of a social group, as if by a force of emotion. By analyzing our emotions, we gain control over our minds. The human mind is an incredibly complex machine, though. It is made of zillions of atoms without any individual motivation, which is incredible. The connection from atom to brain is describable, and I want to show you a small part of that journey from atom to chromosome. To start, you need to remember that DNA is a string of atoms held together through covalent bonds. To take up less space, the 2 meters of DNA in each chromosome wraps and rewraps around these purple proteins called histones. The histones are chemically specific to combine with the backbone molecules of the DNA helix. The DNA strand then stays collapsed in a compact chromosome until it needs to be read. So as animators, we create these visual metaphors by unfolding confusing data. And it gets your mind thinking in a certain way. It wasn't long before I started taking an analytical approach to my life, my goals, and my emotions, sort of like the chameleon thing. In particular, I noticed that I liked the way chaos got stagnant things moving. So I started introducing chaos into my life to avoid stagnation. I started dancing and teaching and attending conferences. I took up freelancing, photography, filmmaking, and game design. I joined the C-U Theater Company, the C-U Film Society, a burlesque troupe. I travel all the time, and I met the real Witch King of Angmar. He's the guy on the right. I gave him a bag of marshmallows. So then I got a particularly important opportunity. My boss's daughter asked me to help build a website for an aid organization in Rwanda. Well, it wasn't long before she revealed her true intention and asked me to come to Rwanda to help teach people how to use the website. When I agreed, a lot of people around me seemed to think I wasn't worrying enough. Why was I not worried about visiting a genocidal country? Why am I not worried about money? Why am I not worried about the future? I think those are presumptive questions. Worry isn't just normal or human. Worry is what we do when we don't understand the problem, when we're trapped inside a maze instead of looking down on it. So I went to Rwanda. It wasn't scary or dangerous, and I learned way more from the people there than they did from me. When I got home, I began to adjust my life based on the lessons from Rwanda. I saw the value of community, of small sacrifices, and most importantly, of trust in other people. I'll agree that it's fun to joke about losing faith in humanity. But in the end, humanity isn't a barrier. It's the only reason we ever succeed. This is a collage I made of people that protect me, that teach me, and that inspire me. Mostly, I don't worry about life because I know that my friends want to protect me and that strangers want to be friends, which is another fantastic social pattern I've noticed. 99% of strangers are good people looking for validation. That realization was the culmination of a lot of observation and evaluation. It's the realization that has allowed me to make friends in 6 continents, including 6 countries where I could be jailed or executed for being gay. And I'm not even intimidated by Indiana anymore. My work has been a combination of solving problems and watching how other people solve problems. But that's life for everyone. And if you can solve all the easy problems, like stagnation and worry and mistrust, it gets more fun, because then you're facing the new problems, the unsolved ones. And that's how you and your society move forward. We are a statistically unlikely, stable system of physical forces and cosmic matter combining into an intelligent, self-repairing, self-replicating, self-evolving phenomenon called human life. If you can teach yourself to understand how we got to be this cool, you already have all the answers. Thank you.